From someone finding Mr. Beast's room key aboard Harmony of the Seas to a U.S. citizen having her phone seized at the border when she got off a cruise ship and the contents of the device copied, yeah, we're going to talk about some weird things that are going on in cruising this week. Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey, and thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. Once again, welcome on board my transatlantic crossing on board Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas. We're posted up here in Wonderland today. I actually have a reservation to eat here for my birthday in just a couple days. Can't wait to have a little special birthday dinner in Wonderland, but that's not what you're here for. You're here for the cruise news, and we've got some tea to serve up today. Let's get started with this Mr. Beast story. I was perusing some Facebook cruise forums and happened to see this photo pop up of Mr. Beast production office on board Harmony of the Seas. And here's the story that goes along with this. This is a travel agent that was sent this photo from one of her clients that was booked into one of the Sky Suites. And if you don't know what that is, well, you basically pay out the nose to get in the Sky Suites on board a Royal Caribbean ship. So it kind of fits the bill here. Now, there's really nothing to go on at this point, whether or not he's actually on the ship, but you might want to keep a lookout on that channel to see if any Harmony of the Seas content comes out here in the next couple of months for the Mr. Beast channel. I'm not sure exactly how his production lineup is set. Maybe he films a few weeks out or a few months out from what he actually uploads, but some really interesting things could be coming out in the future from onboard Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas. We're just going to have to stay tuned. And if you've never seen Mr. Beast or you aren't familiar with him, well, get out from under the rock that you're living under. First off, he's the largest YouTube channel in the world, and he does some crazy, outlandish things. Hopefully he's on board doing something fun on a cruise ship. And that's not the only sort of salacious cruise news we have to talk about today, because a weird Facebook post has come out about a cruiser who had just finished her vacation on board the Liberty of the Seas. She was heading through customs when she was pulled aside for a random screening. And as part of that random screening, the government took her cell phone away and forced her to hand over the passcode for her phone. Now, they told her that they'd keep her phone for a week or so. And the weird thing is they're copying the full contents of her cell phone onto their own hard drives so they can forensically look through what she's been doing on her phone. With no probable cause, nothing. They just took her phone randomly. It's a random screening. And according to her, she's finally been able to get some communications. It took almost a week. She still doesn't have her cell phone back. Here's the post. I'm going to go ahead and blur out this poster's name because I don't want people kind of invading her life here. But here is the status update. I finally got a hold of someone in West Virginia, which is where my point of contact was listed on the receipt that they gave her for her phone. Now, mind you, there's no person's name on the receipt, only a random phone number. She says they confirmed they have her phone. It's in the forensics office, and they're almost finished with it. The agent couldn't confirm much of anything for her, except for these random searches do occasionally happen. And once they're done copying the contents of her cell phone, for what, who knows why, they'll overnight it back to her. So that's kind of a weird thing. I don't know if any of you out there have experienced this. I know we've all sort of gotten the random search at the airport, right? The random TSA pat down. They take you in the back room. Yeah, nobody likes that. But to actually seize your property, that's a little bit strange. It seems to me like a U.S. citizen would have some more rights than just to have their own property seized with no probable cause. So I'm not sure if this is really no cause or if this is something that actually goes down when people get back from their cruises. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on this story, because I'm sure, like me, you've got some thoughts on this one. Now, before I tell you how you can get your name in the Guinness Book of World Records on your next cruise, I need to remind you that if you love cruising as much as I do, well, it's important that you pack the essentials every time you cruise. And if you don't have all your essentials in line, well, the perfect place to find them is in the Midships Amazon store. In there, you can find everything I take with me every time I cruise. And I'm spending hundreds of nights at sea every single year, so you know, it's some good stuff in there. Check it out in the link in the description down below. Now, if you've ever dreamed about setting a world record, you might have your shot on board your next MSC Cruise, but it's a very specific number of ships. Now, MSC has officially partnered with the Guinness Book of World Records to offer your opportunity to earn that record on the MSC Seashore, the MSC Eurybia, and the MSC World Europa. Now, I'm sure this will roll out to more and more ships as the fleet continues to expand and the line continues to find success all around the world. But for now, those are your three options. And I actually had the chance to witness this going down when I sailed on the inaugural cruise for the MSC Seascape. Right in the middle on your sea day, they set it up right down out front of guest services in the lobby bar area. There's all kinds of competitions, whether it's throwing a hat, whether it's pulling through rope, there's all kinds of things. It's more of a fun thing. The record, yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing to set, but it's more of a onboard entertainment feature than a real chance to set a special world record. But if that's your dream, well, you might want to practice how fast you can pull through 200 feet of rope. I want to take a quick second to remind you that I'm hosting a group cruise on board their brand new ship, the Celebration. If you'd like to join me, I'd love to invite you down to Mexico for 6 nights in Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Mahogany Bay. To get more information, check out the Facebook group in the description down below this video. If you made it this far into today's episode, well, why don't you prove to me that you love cruising as much as I do by slapping that thumbs up button and getting subscribed to the channel here. As usual, thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, and until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships. It was actually kind of funny. I've been sitting here in Wonderland for over an hour trying to film my episode today, but Royal has one of these wandering piano players. Here, take a look. She set up right outside the door. Like 5 seconds after I got all set up to film. So it took me a little bit of time, but I got to listen to some really cool music, a really fun thing that Royal does on board their ships. Now, as for the update here on the transatlantic, the seas, they finally calmed down a little bit. I think you probably see me doing this. I'm standing right now. We are still moving a little bit. Over my shoulder here, you can see the chandelier in Wonderland, but over here, that is the ultimate abyss, so that gives you a good idea of where I'm sitting here on the ship. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. La 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 la.